In response to the global COVID-19 pandemic, innovators have developed game-changing vaccines and treatments in record time while advancing technologies to help us work and connect remotely. But did you know they've also advanced the science of tracking viral outbreaks by analyzing what we flush down the toilet? Dr. John Sheets is an environmental engineer who's become a leading expert in the science of wastewater surveillance. I want to ask him about how he and his colleagues are helping combat public health crises by studying what's flowing through the sewers. John, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity.
So, for starters, what is wastewater surveillance and how does it actually work?
Wastewater surveillance is the measurement of biomarkers in human sewage. So measurement of these biomarkers allows us to track and understand what's happening in society and specifically public health.
So, how does wastewater surveillance actually work in practice?
So it's really interesting. Early on in the pandemic, physicians and scientists found out that folks who contract COVID-19 actually shed the virus in their stool prior to symptom onset. So using that knowledge, researchers throughout the globe started tracking the wastewater, trying to see if they could measure SARS-CoV-2 in our sewer systems before outbreaks occur. And what's really interesting is that we were able to find out relatively quickly that measurement of SARS-CoV-2 in wastewater can provide an early warning signal from 2 days up to 3 weeks ahead of clinical cases. And that little bit of lead time gives our public health officials the time they need to take action to help combat the crisis.
So it's fascinating because essentially today, as we talk in every major city and every community, there's sort of data that's flowing through the sewers that's telling us, where are children not getting enough nutrition? Where do we have opioid epidemic outbreaks where there could be public health interventions to help people? That information is all in the sewers. And so what you and your colleagues are doing is sort of getting at that information and finding it to help support positive public health interventions. Do I have that right?
Yes, that's absolutely right. We view wastewater as an enormous data set to support public health and beyond. Wastewater is just rich in information about what we do, our activities, our day-to-day activities, and the certain habits that we perform on a day-to-day basis. So being able to leverage that data to support public health in any way that we can is the goal of our approach here at CDM Smith.
Now, I understand you're also working on innovating the way that this data can be shared with decision makers and communities. So going from, say, a spreadsheet or a PDF to a visualization or a dashboard. As far as you're concerned, what's the power that would come with that innovation?
Yeah, so the advent of wastewater surveillance has been great. We've been able to collect a ton of data across the globe. But that data is not useful if we can't present it in a format that allows public health officials to take action from it. So we've been working hard with our digital solutions team here at CDM Smith to develop representative data dashboard systems that allow us to rapidly integrate the data that we're collecting and then present it in a very usable format. So an example would be that of Pipecast. Pipecast does an excellent job of already tracking and looking at sewer networks in local communities. What we want to do is add to that by being able to integrate the data that we've collected from these projects and then put it in a usable format so that it's very easy for our clients to go into the dashboard, click on certain manholes, pump stations, be able to understand the trends that are occurring within those certain sub-communities that they represent.
Well, this is an absolutely fascinating topic. I loved discussing this with you. I'm eager to learn more. I hope we'll get to talk again soon. John, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to discuss wastewater surveillance.
If you enjoyed this interview, please like the video, subscribe to our channel for more. And if you'd like to meet more of the best and brightest in the engineering and science community, folks with an endless thirst for knowledge, a knack for breakthroughs, and a curiosity for the unknown, you'll find them on the web at cdmsmith.com/innovation.